Hello, my name's Rachel. If you haven't met me before, I was reading some tarot cards for myself, and this message I came across is personal and profound, and I think it's something actually a lot of people could relate to. The feeling that's coming across. Let's get into it. So, first of all, Four of Cups. Page of Pentacles. The Sun. So let me tell you about what I see here. So I feel like this page here it's a delicate kind of energy. It's sweet. I think the pages have kind of a sensitivity, kind of a femininity to them. And also it reminds me of the Kim Cran's deck. Page of Pentacles is the Daughter of Pentacles. It's a beautiful little fawn, a female deer that's represented. Page of Pentacles as the Daughter of Pentacles. And I think for our inner children, it's important to allow them the space to open up about their heart's desires and their dreams and their visions in a space where they're protected. And maybe we didn't get that in our childhood in the past, but it's something we can show to ourselves, and we can now give to ourselves the compassion and hold the space for our inner dreamer to make our visions come to reality, for the physical things we want to manifest and accomplish to come to the light of day. And I think some of us self-sabotage and see that what we see in ourselves is our ideas are not good enough. It's like, this is our idea, and we think like, oh, these other ideas, they're better than ours. But what we have to offer, the divine guidance or listening to our intuition or whatever, it can be hard to listen to our own voice, and rather we just contemplate the options we think are in front of us, and we don't step back, listen to ourselves, because we don't have the space and the self-love. We haven't cultivated the space for that to shine through. It just kind of stays there, untapped potential. And we're sad because we think, I want to share something with the world, but I've got nothing. I think a lot of us struggle with self-criticism and self-doubt. But the reality is, like, really we're the ones stopping ourselves from that potential. And I think really what your inner child wants is just to be able to follow through their idea, to bring it out into the world, because Pentacles is, the way I see it, a physical kind of manifestation. And I think we've been in our heads a lot about what we want to see in our reality, but we maybe don't have the confidence in ourselves to believe that that could come to pass. So that self-belief lack is where we can sometimes thwart our ideas from stage one. So much so that there's no way for it to come to fruition because you never took the first step. But I believe, and what I'm seeing is that what you desire can come true. What your heart really is yearning for, first of all, is something that is within your reach. But also, besides that, besides it being something that you want, you see, he prizes this so much, this dream of his heart and of his mind. Not only that, but is something God and your angels want you to bring this forth. And they've been waiting for you to do it. We're real close. And I think sometimes you can get caught up in the beauty of everybody else's shine so much that you forget that you have an equal shine to everyone. We all have a light within us, shining like the sun. Like you're a beautiful flower too. Just like you see and admire other beautiful flowers. And these flowers have been nurtured, and in the light of day they've come to grow. And I think you can just start by planting seeds. Whatever it is you want. You want to start a new project, you want to work on yourself, your mental health. Make plans and follow through with positive intentions and with the belief that what you want is worth having. The desires of your heart are so valid and real. And also that this is your divine destiny and potential, is to bring those into the light and to allow warmth into your life. Allow yourself to open up to the light of day and don't hide in the shadows. The potential and the gifts that you have to offer for your own good and for others as well. We start over all the time. I think every day is an opportunity to start new. Every day we've been renewed. And I think we can bring a lot of our old ideas with us. Sometimes the self-limiting ones of, well, I didn't make it happen yesterday, so it won't happen for me today. I skipped the gym when I said I'd go, or I didn't read the book that I wanted to read. I didn't do the painting I wanted to do. Whatever it is for you personally, you can start again tomorrow. And you have that space, and it is your right. And please give it to yourself to start over again. And just know that you're supported and loved along the way. Even though I know that sometimes you can't feel it. Clouds are going by. You can't see the sunshine. It can be hard to do it all on your own. If you're not feeling supported, just realize I love you, first of all, but also you do have friends out there. You keep looking, you're gonna find your people. And you're gonna find the situations that do nurture you, even if you haven't gotten there yet. And also lean back on the fact that you have an inner awareness throughout all of it. What this reminds me of is the way that we have at the core a chariot that leads us through every experience, whether we're conscious of it or not. It's like the way that we keep breathing every moment without trying to. Our heart keeps beating. And we also have a soul within us that sees everything. But we also have our ego, which is a childish kind of force. And in this emotional experience, it can feel like high highs and low lows. But you're riding on the back of something stable. You've been here. You've made it this far. Just know along the road, you've always had yourself, and you can always tap back into that inner center. Yesterday I went to the park and I watched the valley and the clouds passing and the leaves rustling in the wind at a park as the sun set. And I just decided to step back and not be reactive for a moment and just sit in my presence and not think about when people passed by me what they were seeing, or when dogs barked, react, be like, ooh, that's loud, I don't like it, whatever associations. I just sat in allowance and I just breathed and I just watched. Time changes when you're in that space of presence and embodiment. And I brought that energy with me the rest of the night. And I just remember last night I could sleep so much better than I ever had before because I found some peace. That peace is accessible to you right here and now. Or in those hard moments when you're overwhelmed by emotions, anxiety, overthinking, you name it. You know how to return to yourself. So please listen. Listen to what your soul is calling for. Maybe you need to just stretch. I did some child's pose yesterday before I went to the park and breathed into that. And I got tight hips, so it was a little bit painful for a little while. But the pain eased and I breathed through it. And I could feel, with my head down, the blood going to my head. And I felt energized, in a position of rest and of surrender. I felt more pure essence and energy in that surrender than I had in weeks of running around doing this, doing that, trying to exert my power outwardly, going in and meditating and sitting with it, and also taking a step back from being so attached to the way I was feeling, which wasn't always good lately. It settled it all down. I didn't tell it, get in your place anxiety, like no more of you. I just very gently breathed with it and had an awareness it was there. And eventually, breathing, stretching, moving, going with what my body was asking for and my soul called for. I flowed again. And I went from the state of reactivity and hostility, I guess, towards my environment. I was always pushing and pulling against what was around me to just relaxing into the present. And interestingly, my pets also felt it the rest of the night. They just were very calm, at ease. They didn't react or bark when there were noises like they normally would. They were just settled and just content. And I thought that was beautiful, that my own inner experience I was feeling and calmness reflected outwardly, and also I think the inner healing we do mirrors to the outside world, whether that's in our immediate circumstances, in our family, pets, that they can feel the calmness and the healing that we're becoming, or even across the world. I think we all affect each other in ways that we don't even understand. So any healing work for yourself and presence that you can embody in yourself, being truly you, is so necessary. And it also feels really good. And then last card I have here is the Six of Swords. This was on the bottom of the deck here. This wonderful rainbow deck my friend Jade got me. I love it. It's beautiful. And what I see with this is, if you're still here with me, then we've made it this far. And we're sailing to calmer waters. Like, yes, swords represent the mind, so, like, there's been anxiety and overthinking and maybe depression, whatever kind of negative manifestations of mental energy that you've been dealing with. Maybe it was sinking you before, but you can just float on the surface of this water and not drown in it anymore. Just take a step back. Take a deep breath. And understand that it is your right, and also your destiny to move from this. Sometimes we can feel stuck for a long time. I think sometimes we can hold ourselves back from getting the things we want. For too long, we can be in a state of apathy. But the sun will shine again. Your soul shines bright with the energy of a million suns. You are the brightest light. And you can find that within and without yourself. You don't always have to be your own light either. There are other people along the journey that are going to understand you And a message that came through today when I was having some anxiety was, you're not alone. In a lot of ways, we're all in the same boat. And how I said that we affect each other, whether that's closely or distantly, somehow, like, we can all move to the other side and promote healing for ourselves and for each other, and we don't have to do it all by ourselves. So don't be afraid to look outside of yourself. Take a chance, put your energy out there, find friends. You know, it's not a big thing. You don't have to have a whole plan for it. You can just go outside your door and just human to human, say hello, ask someone about their day. And when you're feeling poorly, you never know what somebody else is going through. Putting yourself out there, you know, and asking how somebody's day has been, saying hello or paying them a compliment, you know, interacting, it can actually be, you know, you can be a light in other people's lives too. So just don't forget your impact. Don't abandon your dreams. Get started on that. Like, it's waiting for you. As much as you're waiting for that change, it wants you, yourself. So you're gonna do great. Love you. Bye.